Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Nikki Uncut. This is going to be my October favorites, and I say that with such sadness in my heart because I'm so sad that my favorite month, one of my favorite months of the year is over and it's official, and I'm sad. I'm ready to go on to the holidays kind of, but I'm just feeling a little emo that October and this year has gone by so fast, but here we are. We're in November, so we're going to reflect on my favorite things, makeup, products. I like to sprinkle in personal things on these Nikki Uncuts where I'm talking about my previous month's favorites. Things that are just, my actual favorites. So not just makeup. So if you like a good variety, then these videos are for you. So let's get into my favorites for October. And I want to start things off with my all-time favorites. I mean, I say this now, who knows, it might change years or months down the road, but I say right now, this is my all-time favorite fragrance that I've ever worn or ever been introduced to in my entire life. At this moment, like I said, things can change. There's lots of great fragrances in the world, let's face it. And I'm sure some good ones are coming out as well. But right now, the BaeBrow de Los Santos is, it smells so good. Like I have nothing left in this. I was tempted to actually open this up and just pour the rest of it on my wrist just so I could wear it one last time. I have tried to buy this again multiple times online and in store. I've gone to, where have I gone? I've gone to Nordstrom. I've gone to two different Nordstrom. I've gone to Bloomingdale's to get this again. And every single counter that I go to is sold out. And I don't know about you, but I like buying more pricey things at a counter. I just feel like I just like to buy things like that in person. It's just really fun. And it's always nice to get people a sale, especially if they are working a commission job. I would rather go in and buy it if I can than just buy it online. So regardless, it's sold out. I have been loving it. I used the last bit in the month of October and it just smells so it's just very unique is the best way I could describe it. And I've always said too that I'm terrible at describing fragrance, but this is just, it smells so wonderful. Leave me a comment if you've smelled De Los Santos and you know what I'm talking about. And if you can describe it better or just in general, because I cannot. And then another favorite that I used up completely, the last pump I used up in October, and I'm really surprised to talk about this because when I first got this, I bought this because I was actually influenced by a bunch of people online telling me that I was going to love it, that I had to try it, and that they wanted to know my thoughts on it. So it's the brand DRMTLGY. I mean, it's spelled different, but it's DRMTLGY. This is the Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. This is supposed to give you glow, a little hint of coverage, a coverage, and also of course it's preventative from sun damage. So it's an SPF 46. When I first bought this, I bought it off of Amazon. It's like $30. It's relatively affordable considering it's a really good product. And when I first got it and tried it, I was just not impressed. I do have more oily skin and it just felt too greasy on me initially when I first applied it. And then I went back to it because I like to do that. I like to give it a break, go back to a product, especially if it's a hyped up product. I want to see what all the hype is about. So I went back to it and I quickly fell in love with it actually after that. So it's one of those products I completely changed my mind on. I initially did not like it at all. I thought it was just going to sit there. I was actually going to give it to my sister and I was like, let me give it another shot. Gave it another shot and now I've literally pumped every last bit of this product out because I loved it so much. I like this, and let me tell you why I like it. I like it under makeup. I like it by itself. I like it when I just want something really quick out the door. I like it just for running errands. I like it for walking my dogs. I like it for just wearing out alone as my main form of coverage, and I'll put concealer on with it because I need my concealer under my eyes. Let's just be real. And I just love it. There's so many ways I like wearing it. There has been one way that I found since I restarted using it that I didn't like the way it looked. So I love the way it looked, but not only that, I really love the way it feels. It feels amazing on my skin. And I didn't think I was going to say that because, again, my initial thought was this is too greasy on my oily skin. I think part of the reason why I've gone back to it and enjoyed it now versus when I first tried it, which was the tail end of summer, is that. I think the weather getting cooler, my skin's starting to feel a little bit more parched and a little bit more dry because of the weather change. And I picked it up again at the right time and now I'm absolutely pretty much obsessed with it. So I'm going to repurchase that and I've been loving it. And then speaking of glow products, I have been using this nonstop. I am fully obsessed with this product. I may have even mentioned this in my last monthly favorites. If I have, please let me know. I'll have to double check. But it just kind of shows you that I'm still obsessed with this product and really loving it. This is such a great launch from DIBS. Not only does this give you a beautiful glow to your skin, it dries down and it works as a perfect glowy priming product. So it does a lot of things all at once. It's not just like a glowy, slippery product that kind of makes your makeup move around underneath. The fact that it dries down, it gives your makeup a gripping power, and then the bonus is it gives you this really beautiful glow from within. I also find the shade number 3 is the one that I wear the most, and this also has my name like carved on it, which is so cute and so sweet of DIBS. I find that this gives me a little hint of coverage, so on the days that I wear this, I can get away with wearing less foundation, which I really like. So I've been loving that in October, and it seems like I've hardly made a dent, but maybe that's because the sides are like coated with product, but I'm pretty much down to like right here on the actual inside of that product. Love it. So speaking of coverage and foundation, I'm going to be real. These are the 3 that I probably used. When I look back at October, these are the 3 that I probably used and enjoyed the most. And that's not to say that other foundations that I've been loving that you've been seeing me talk about on my channel, I don't love anymore. I love them. I just don't want to make this video, you know, 2 hours long. So I want to keep it very digestible and keep it really true to what I kept in my makeup bag the longest in the month of October. And what I mean by my makeup bag is like the products I keep in this bag right here. This is a bag that Lisa J gave to me, which was so sweet. Those are the products that ended up being my favorites. So whatever I kept in that bag the entire month is usually what I consider to be a good favorite to include in this video. So in the month of October, these 3 foundations I think I used, I would say positively the most. One is a foundation that I kind of went back to. Initially, when I first tried this e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, I liked it, but I was just kind of, you know, I was kind of like mad about it. It was nice. It's affordable. It's only $8 in case you didn't know, which is wild. I don't know how e.l.f. does stuff like that, but they do. And they pull it off really well. But it's $8, and I started going back to this foundation more and more and more. And I found myself when I was just doing my makeup in general, I was grabbing this foundation as much as I was grabbing the other more high-end foundations I've been talking about and listing in videos and raving about for the past couple months. So that alone says a lot. Do not sleep on this formula. If you want a really good affordable, I mean like really affordable, good foundation that looks really beautiful on, and also the bonus, it wears incredibly well throughout the day. I put this through the ringer as far as like wear tests go. So loving this one for the month of October. And then a new favorite that I'm loving more and more because my skin, like I said earlier, as the weather is getting drier and drier and it's cooling down even more, my skin is oily. However, in the winter and obviously fall months, my skin starts to feel tight and parched, and this foundation feels fantastic on. It feels so nice. It feels so hydrating and so comfortable on. It feels like a skin tint, but with the bonus of having a bit more coverage. I'd say the coverage is light to medium, but medium, and you could build it up. It's a light medium, but very, very easily buildable. So this is the Vive Skin Nova Complexion Balm. I've been wearing the shade 210. It's an almost perfect match on me. It wears beautifully throughout the day. It does make you very glowy, so just a little FYI, if you're more oily like me, just a forewarning, but if you are also like me and you're looking for more of a moisturizing formula for the winter and like dry months, then this is definitely worth checking out. This is a UK brand, so shipping is a little bit different, a little more pricey, but I'd say this is really worth checking out. And anything from Vive is, I mean, their formulas are amazing. They do a great job with all their products. And then lastly, for foundation, I've been loving this. The One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation is really, really impressive. And when you're looking for like those days, or for those days that you need a full coverage, or you just want a full coverage and you want to be utterly like flawless in your complexion, then this foundation is so worth checking out. They did such a great job of this. I've talked about it many times, so if you've already heard me talk about it and all these other products, forgive me, but this is like my roundup of all my favorites. But this is just a really amazing full coverage foundation that doesn't feel like you're wearing cake makeup on. And I'd say that's probably one of my favorite things about it. It's also very easy to blend on. It's very easy to just to work with. It's really, really nice. So I think that anyone can use this too, even if you're dry. Make sure you're prepping your skin according to your skin type. And, you know, same with oily. Prep your skin according to your skin type, and anyone could wear it and get a really beautiful, long-lasting full coverage. The shade that I wear, just to note, is medium 10 neutral. It does lean more golden and warm on me, but it is a neutral. It's supposed to be neutral. I make it work. It's not overly warm where I can't make it work. I still make it work, and I balance it out with different techniques. So those are the foundations I've used probably the most in October. And then a new favorite product, this is actually a glow serum primer. I bought this for my full face of Danessa Myricks that I posted in October. If you missed it, it was a really fun video, and I have actually a few more products from Danessa that I've been obsessed with ever since that video came out. So I bought the Yummy Skin Glow Serum. It's a hydrating primer, but it feels like a hydrating face serum. It feels like you're putting hyaluronic acid with like glowy iridescent particles in it on your face. It feels fantastic, basically. So let me just show you really quick, in case you've not seen me talk about it on my channel in the past. It comes in 2 different shades. This is a consistency. It's kind of like a, you know, like a gel serum, but once you blend it out, oh my gosh, the hydration that you'll feel, it's so nice. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it just makes a really beautiful, hydrating, glowy base for your foundation to go on top. And I think this would be just such a great primer for dry skin. I can get away with using it now because, like I said, it is colder. The season is colder and my skin feels more parched in these months. So I'm loving it right now. Come summer, and when it heats up again, I know I'm not going to use this on my complexion or my skin type, but for dry skin, I think this is a really amazing product. So I've been loving this in October, like grabbing it constantly. So those are the complexion products. And now I want to dive into, I actually have one more complexion product. I am a liar. I have blushes and I have cream highlighters and I have a new unexpected favorite that I have not put down since I received this. I actually received this in PR from e.l.f. So thank you, e.l.f. Cosmetics, for sending me this. I would have bought it anyway because it just screams my name. This is the e.l.f. Bronzer and Contour Camo Liquid Bronzer to Liquid Bronzing Contour, basically, okay? So I wear this shade light medium, and it is so easy to work with. It is very pigmented. It's very much like the Camo Liquid Blushes. I believe these are $6 or $8. I don't know off the top of my head, but I will make sure I link them for you. But really a great liquid bronzer. So if you're wanting an affordable, high-performing liquid bronzer or liquid contour, definitely check this out. This is really, really good. I was blown away by how good this was. Wears really well. Just checks all the boxes. Now, blushes. Oh my gosh, I cannot put these blushes down. I have some cream, and then I have like a cream blush highlighter hybrid that I also cannot put down. Okay, so let me start with the cream blush highlighter hybrid situation. These are the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Low Lighters from Danessa Myricks. They're for the face, eyes, and lips. I've just been using them for my cheeks, and the one that I have on actually right now, and loads of it, is the shade Underrated. Excuse me, it says Unbothered. I really should start wearing glasses or get contacts. Unbothered is what I have on right now, and it's this pretty pale, soft pink. It is so pretty on. These work so, like, they blend in so easy, and they're so easy to work with, in my opinion. And then I also have this shade here. This is the shade Low Key. So Low Key is like a soft peachy tone. They're creams, and they give like a blush tone, obviously, but they have a ton of luminosity to them. So they really are like a perfect hybrid of a blush highlighter in a cream form. So I really have been enjoying these. I bought both these for my full face of Danessa Myricks, and they have gone into my makeup bag, and I have been wearing them like quite literally almost every single day, to the point where I'm shocked to say this, but I've already hit pan on this one. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, is that the pan? Like, no way. I already hit pan on this, and that tells you alone how much I love this formula and how much I'm loving this. I do want to throw out there just some thoughts on this formula. I would say, and I hate to say this, but I would say it would not be right of me not to say this, okay? So I would say that if you have more textured skin, or if you have larger pores on your cheeks and just more skin texture, like texture on your cheeks, this might emphasize it a little bit. So I'm just going to put that out there as a little disclaimer, just so you know. I think that judging by this formula and the amount of shimmer in it, I think it might emphasize some texture. But I do love it. I really, really love it. So I had to include it in this. And then 2 powder blushes that I cannot stop wearing. And I've actually cocktailed both of these together many a times. Haven't filmed it yet for some reason, but I probably should. So these two, I've cocktailed these 2 products together and in these combinations, like color combinations, multiple times, and they are stunning. They're absolutely stunning. So, oops. These I would put down first, basically, because they're the creams. And on top, I would put a powder to enhance, and I should have done that today. I actually don't know why I didn't do that. My brain is still a little frazzled from being sick and on tons of cold medicine, so bear with me. But these are the new Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blushes from Ravi Beauty. This is Ally Glyne's makeup line. I have been obsessed with these. They're such a smooth and easy to work with and very buildable and forgiving formula, which I find to be usually generally speaking, like my favorite types of blush, like powder blushes. Ones that are buildable, ones that are more forgiving, because the ones that are buildable are generally speaking more forgiving, so they go hand in hand. And I also just love baked formulas in general. I've always loved a baked bronzer, a baked blush. Big fans of that kind of cosmetic product. So this formula just speaks to me. They're so beautiful on. They give a really soft amount of color and just they're just really easy to work with. They're a beautiful formula. And these 2 shades in particular, they did launch 3 shades, but these 2 in particular just kind of have my heart, and I've been using them nonstop. So Daydream, so beautiful. It's like a corally pink type shade, I would describe it as. And then Paradise is like a soft mauve, in my opinion, and it's just so beautiful. So loving these. These have not left my makeup bag and my makeup table the entire month of October. Like, that's how much I'm loving these. And then let's dive into mascara. I have 3 mascaras that have been my absolute favorites for October. 1's high end and 2 are extremely low end. So let me hit you with the high end first. And this might not be a surprise, but it's the new Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Volume Mascara. Fantastic, so dramatic, so beautiful. The wand is a little difficult to work with, in my opinion. That's the only thing I have to complain about. But other than that, the formula is fantastic. It's flake free. You can see how the wand is curved, but it's kind of just, it's a little bit more bulky and a little bit more messy. So for me, I kind of have a hard time with the wand, but I suffer through it because I really like the formula, and the formula lasts all day without flaking or smudging or any of those things. And it really does deliver volume, thickness, length, curl, pretty much everything you would want in a mascara. And then on the low end, oh my gosh, these are so good. I don't know if you've ever tried Essence mascaras. Essence is, I think, one of the, I mean, other than L'Oreal, okay? L'Oreal has my heart with like drugstore mascaras, and Maybelline has great mascaras too, obviously, like amazing ones. But Essence has some like of the best, of the cheapest mascaras. Like, these are so good. Oh my God. These are like $5 each. I think $5.99 or $4.99, somewhere in that range. But these 2 will give you literally the look of wearing false eyelashes, in my opinion, or at least they do on me. These give me such crazy impact and volume and length and like thickness and drama. So even just this one alone, so good. But when I combine these 2, it's like a wow. It's a big impact. So Essence Lash Without Limits. It's an extreme lengthening and volume mascara. So good. You can get it at Ulta. You can get it at Walmart, I think. Maybe Target too now. I can't remember, but I'll make sure I link this, obviously, like with everything else. And then this, I picked this up kind of randomly just to try it out. I was looking for a good, affordable lash primer because I ran out of my Dior one that Lisa J loves. And I was just wanting to try something new just to see what else is out there. And I just picked this up on a whim, honestly, while I was at an Ulta. And this is so good. It's the Lash Princess from Essence. mascara primer. It gives extra length. It says it gives extra length and volume, and it really does. It goes on green too. Or like, not green, but like a light turquoise. It's just a great lash primer. If you try it and you have thoughts, I know you'll end up loving it. So if you do end up trying either of these, you have to let me know in the comments, because everyone I've recommended this to is like blown away by how good these two are together, and also how good they are alone too. You don't have to use them together, but when you do, watch out. Your eyes, oh, and it doesn't flake too. And I've had a problem with Essence mascaras flaking in the past. I just want to put that out there, but I have not had flaking issues with these two. So just want to put that out there, in case you're wondering. Let's switch gears to a lip balm. I got this for free in PR from the brand Bloom. Is it Bloom? Is it Bloom or is it Super Balm? No, it's Bloom. It's Bloom. Okay, so the brand is Bloom. I had never heard of them. I opened this up on a whim. I was running out of lip balm, and oh my gosh, this is like living in my pocket because it's so good. It lives in my pocket, and then I transfer it to my nightstand when I'm going to bed because I lather this all over my lips. Then it moves to like my purse when I'm going around, you know, working and stuff. Anyway, this is like never leave my side because it's such a great lip balm, and I don't say that lightly. I don't know. There's so many lip balms on the market. You know, I love a ton of them, but I'm loving this one. Also, it's the scent vanilla cream, and I love anything vanilla, so I like want to eat this and like live in it basically. So love it. So good if you have dry lips. It's been nourishing the heck out of my lips lately, and I'm thrilled to have it. Okay, let's move on to eyeliners. One or two, you're gonna be very mad at me for. I was mad at myself for loving these as much as I do. I picked these also up on a whim to see what they're all about, if they're worth it, if they're worth me recommending and all that kind of stuff. And I quickly realized I cannot put these down. They're really good. And it pains me to say it because it's Westman Atelier. And I love Westman Atelier, but my gosh, their prices are really high. Let's be really real here. They're very high prices. And for eyeliner, I struggle even talking to you all about these two colors and this formula because they are so pricey. I'm going to talk about them anyway because I want to keep it really real, but I've been loving these. And I don't hold back on my channel, so I have to just be fully transparent. I'm mad that I love them because they're so expensive. So these are the I Love You eye pencil from Westman Atelier, and I just have the shade black and brown, and they're just perfect. They're like literally, imagine like what you would look for in like your most ideal pencil eyeliner formula. Then these are them. Like this is what you would imagine that perfect formula would be, and it pains me to say it. So again, I had to be really real. I've been obsessed with these in the month of October. I've used them for so many looks. You all have called me out on it too. You're like, you've been using that Westman Atelier pencil a lot. Like, do you like it? Do you recommend it? Well, yes, I actually do. So if you want to splurge on yourself and buy a ridiculously high-end eyeliner or two, you're not going to be disappointed. They're amazing. Fully pigmented. They don't run, but you can smudge them out. They're just so good. Equally good. And I'm almost at the very end of this. I used this entire pencil up in like, 2 months? Less than 2 months. That's how much I loved it. And I'm going to buy another one for sure. This is the Kulfi Underline Kajal eyeliner in the shade Cheeky Chiku. It's a dark brown. This is a retractable pencil. This is about all I have left of my Cheeky Chiku, and I'm trying to hold on to it until I get a new one. But it's such a great formula. Really creamy, really well pigmented. Easy if you're on the go and you don't usually carry a sharpener with you because these are obviously sharpenable. But this is just a twist up. Amazing for tight lining. Amazing for anything. I mean, I use this as one of my daily eyeliners, and it's been so good. The color in particular is like a really pretty, rich, warm, but deep brown. Ugh, love it. Everything I've tried from Kulfi, I've been obsessed with. So it's no surprise that I'm like loving that. Okay, let's switch gears now to like really fun makeup. So less makeup that you need on a daily basis, but more like fun makeup, okay? If you catch my drift. So fun-wise, if you don't know by now, you know that I love the Half Magic glitter pucks. They only had one shade for a long time, and it was like this soft, pale pink. They just came out with a new shade, and it's the shade Cyber Diamond. I wish I could have created more looks with this like during like spooky season, but my gosh, when I tell you that I was barely getting by with the amount of work that we had going on, I was barely getting by with the amount of work we had going on. And then I got sick and it was just like, oh my gosh, too much going on. So I'll create some holiday looks with this so you can see how magical it really is. And I look forward to it so much because this is actually going to be like a perfect New Year's Eve holiday party type eyeshadow or, eye product. So let me show you the magic of this, okay? Now, one thing I want to point out, this, do not tip it over completely because this can fall out. One of my friends actually had that happen to her. I was crying, laughing, and also horrified. But this is like a cream powder but mousse hybrid. It's a really interesting formula. Half Magic did such a great job with this. It's such a standout product and so unique. I feel like I've never touched anything quite like it because when you actually touch it, and I wish you could touch it right now, and if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. It almost feels cool and wet. So it's a really interesting texture. So this is the new shade. I mean, look at that. Could it be any cooler? It's gorgeous. So Cyber Diamond is the shade. Let me swatch it for you. I mean, come on. And this isn't even doing it justice. Like, you don't even understand how pretty, that's actually better, how pretty this actually is on. These are so unique and they go on really easy. I think they go on the best with your fingertip, hands down. So I honestly would, even though I'm a brush girly, obviously, like I would skip a brush when you're applying this and just go straight with your finger and swipe it on. It is ridiculously beautiful. If you like glitter and fun things and fun makeup, then this is like calling your name. So I'll link this from Half Magic in the description, and I will, again, use this for so many looks to come. So stay tuned for that. And now I have more eyeshadow. I have more eyeshadow favorites for the month of October, and these, when I look at all the eyeshadows, because I've tried a lot this month, or this past month, and when I look at all those, these are my favorites, I think. I'm pretty sure. I didn't want to overwhelm you, so I'm going to stick to just these. One is limited edition. No surprise here. You know I love Frankenstein by now, and Bride of Frankenstein, and all those people. I have them all tattooed on my arm, but this palette is so beautiful. Like, yes, is it Halloween themed? Yes, but the inside of this Melt limited edition palette, and I will link it if it's still available. I think it is. I'm pretty sure last time I checked recently it was. But the greens aside, on either end you have some beautiful wearable neutrals. So even if you're not like into colorful eyeshadows, I'm telling you, these right here and this one, and then these soft taupey shades on the end, are so beautiful. I have worn this shimmery brown in so many videos at this point, and you all have reached out and asked me so many times what that brown is, and most of the time it's been this right here, and quite literally on top of the Kulfi eyeliner. So definitely a favorite. Fantastic formula. It's what you'd expect from Melt. They have amazing, amazing formulas. And then another palette that I cannot stop using for the month of October and probably well into the next year. You'll be seeing me use this one. It's the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. And what can I say? You already know how much I love it. I've been diving into it. I've done so many looks with this palette, and I've just been wearing it on my own in like my actual everyday life. So not just in tutorials, but I've been grabbing this palette because it's such a beautiful palette. It's a neutral palette, by the way, in case you can't tell. And there's just so many ways you can use this palette and do a daytime look, do a nighttime look, do a smoky eye, do a really soft glam with it. It's very versatile in that regard. So don't let these shades on the end like spook you. It's a very everyday wearable palette in my opinion. So beautiful. Absolutely loving it. And I have to show you this last palette that was such a favorite in October. And yes, I did buy it like on the tail end of October. Well, I bought this, I went shopping for my Dennis and Myricks video the beginning of the third week of October, I want to say. And this palette knocks my socks off every time I open it up. Not only is it super substantial, it's really unique. And there's one thing I want to point out that I didn't point out when I first bought this palette, when I first showed you all in my full face Dennis and Myricks. And I want to show you one thing really quick that I wanted to point out. So you can take the top off, And this is what the palette actually looks like. But all three of these come out. And also really quickly before I show you this, the eyeshadow look that I'm wearing in this video is made of 2 eyeshadows from this palette. I have this shade all over my eyelids right here. And then I topped it, like the light shimmer is just this pale pink shimmer right here. So you can wear more of a, you can make this into more of a neutral, you know, it doesn't have to be like all wild colors when you see this. You can make it more of a wearable, there's wearable shades in this palette is what I'm trying to say. So let me just show you really quick what you can do. And last time I tried to do this, I dug my finger into a shadow and I nearly cried. So these come out, okay? So they come out, and I'm just gonna show you how you can make it this really small compact palette because they stack and they're all magnetized. And then this becomes the lid. So this is actually gonna go in my pro kit probably right after this video is filmed. I need to spend an entire half of a day deep cleaning and restocking items in my pro kit. I'm gonna be adding Mist and Myrix into my kit because it's just so fun. And now that spooky season's over, probably not gonna use this palette on myself as much as I would hope to. So it's gonna get more love in my pro kit instead. So absolutely loving that. And now it's actually my favorite part of my Nikki Uncuts when I'm talking about my previous month's favorites, and that's when I incorporate some fashion and some jewelry. I love doing this. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So in the month of October, there's a couple things I want to shout out and share with you because I love them and I used them, or I wore them a lot in that last month. So one is from Abbott and Lion, and I have the same necklace, but it's like mixed metal is what I'm trying to say. It's in mixed metal. So I have this exact choker. It's a nameplate choker, has NL on it, obviously for Nikki LaRose. This is all gold. It's like the all gold kind, but I also have one that is mixed metal where it's silver and gold. Love that as well. But I've been obsessed with this nameplate choker. Loving it. So I had to share that. The quality is really good too. It's like a very thick, very well-made piece of jewelry. It's not like cheap costume jewelry. It's like actually good quality, like a good piece that you would have and hold on to for a long, no, in my case, forever. And then the other necklace, and you've probably seen me wear this a million times at this point. I cannot stop wearing it. It is this snake necklace from my girl Care Tucker's store. So I'm just gonna show you how this works, okay? So they also have gold. I'm gonna get the gold probably soon because I love this necklace so much. So this snake head, and if you're not into snakes, I totally get it, okay? I'm not either. I don't like snakes. If you ever came at me with one, I would probably crawl in a hole and die. But I like the way it looks in jewelry. So the snake head is like a clamp, and this is how it goes on. Really just, it's just cool. I just love jewelry. In case you missed that memo, I love jewelry, so I wanted to share that. I'll link it in the description box. And then 2 articles of clothing that I got asked about the most. The most. And one is so funny, okay, to me, because my friend Lexi, she's beautiful. I do her makeup. I post about her. She's like my fashion. She helps with like inspiration. She helps inspire me with like fashion all the time. But she posted wearing these lounge pants. And I texted her and I was like, Alexia, I've never clicked a link so fast in my life. Because she links it and she, you know, she's like an influencer basically, right? So she posts fashion and makeup and all that kind of stuff. And she's beautiful. So she posted these and I literally never clicked a link so fast to buy them. And I do not regret this purchase at all. They're from Revolve. I will link them. Hopefully they're not sold out. I haven't checked yet, so don't hate me if they are. But you all asked me a million times about these pants because they only even have a makeup stain on them. Shoot. Okay, so these pants, they have pockets. They're like long. They're so funny. They're kind of like men's boxers, but like full length, you know? Again, I will link them. They're really cute. They're incredibly comfortable. And I want to say the beauty of YouTube is you sit here and you don't know, I could be wearing a nice top and I could be wearing like sweatpants that have holes in them on the bottom and you would never know. And that's the beauty of YouTube, right? I look put together up from here up, but down here, it's a whole other story. So I'm laughing because I think I wore these honestly, like every time I filmed in October, you just didn't see them because you know, they're down below basically. But I posted wearing these in, I don't know, one of my like carousel photos on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my handle is linked in the description box, but I posted in a carousel. If you don't know what a carousel is, it's like when you could post 10 photos in a row. It's like all my memories I post usually every month. And I was wearing these in a post and I was showing off my closet doors in my bedroom. That's a whole other funny story. And I'm wearing these and I had more DMs from you all asking me where these pants were from than I have in my life. I'm not even exaggerating. You all blew me up. So I'll link these. Again, I hope they're still available, but they're really cute and I highly recommend them because they're so comfortable. Okay, polar opposite of that, okay, is a skirt that I wanted to talk about because I also got a ton of questions about this skirt. I wore this skirt and like an Instagram story on my wedding anniversary. I went out with Mitch and I dressed up and I wore this skirt and I posted about it in my stories and I got blown up from you all and it was so cute. You all loved it as much as I do. So this is a skirt also from my friend Care Tucker's store, but the brand is called Show Me Your Moo and it's I have an extra small. It's a very flowy, beautiful rose satin skirt and hello, like of course anything with roses on it, I'm such a sucker. I'm gonna buy it, you know. So that wraps up my October favorites. This was so much fun. I don't have anything else to share with you. I hope you enjoyed it. I love doing these videos. They're just a blast for me to film. And that's it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great month of October. I hope you're enjoying your November so far. And if you like videos like this, I have so many more. You can click on them right here. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.